Well, good morning, everyone. As I'm recording this, it is Wednesday morning, March the 27th, 2019, about 10:30 in the morning, and I'm out here in Fernandina Beach, Florida. And as you can probably tell, it's been a while since I've really had a shower, shaved, and done any of that stuff because I have been totally confiscated, completely single-mindedly focused on getting the fold-up bike to work. So to all my peeps out there that have been leaving comments on my videos and I haven't been replying to them, just understand this has been like a little bit of an obsession to get this thing to work. I really wanted to be able to bring you guys some good bike riding videos and to be able to have this where I could just ride it around all the campsites that I'm always going to. You guys haven't heard me talk about it, but this is something I've wanted for a very, very long time. And it was within my grasp. So, what is the progress? How are we doing on the bike? Well, first, I would like to give you guys a demonstration of just how quick these things are to unfold. The damage turned out to be a lot worse than just a rusty chain. This pulley wheel right here was completely missing, and as well as the little axle that went through the middle of it. And this one, well, this is what it looked like. And so this back bracket right back here was just dangling and just bouncing off of the spokes. And so this took a lot of like taking pieces off and pounded them back out flat. Now this whole piece right here you can see is crooked a little sideways. So whatever accident this thing was involved in, man, it must have really smashed against this side and really pushed this whole mechanism up into the tire and just crushed these little pulley wheels out of it. And so I can imagine that's probably why the former owner just completely gave up on it. But after a lot of tweaking and a lot of love and care and a lot of WD-40, this is what we got. But unfortunately, that is the only gear that works. I worked on it yesterday, and I got it to where if I pushed in on this and rolled the chain, I could get it to shift up to these lower gears, and then I could, go ahead and tie off the wire and ride it around, and I got it to shift to one of the higher gears, through the handlebar, but then to get it all the way to this highest gear, I would have to just completely detach the wire again, and I tried and tried to fine-tune this thing and get it to where it would go back and forth, and after hours and hours of work, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. I think that whatever accident bent all this, or maybe it's because this wire right here that puts the tension on this contraption is just too rusted up on the inside. Whatever the case may be, it just, without buying a whole new unit, the gear shift is not going to work. And that would, if I was to buy a whole new unit, that would completely defeat the purpose of getting an antique store bike and taking advantage of the discount doing it that way. So it looks like I just have a one-speed, 5-speed bike, which is okay. I mean, that's what my childhood bike was like, and I managed just fine with that. It's going to be more exercise for me on a positive note. And also, the tires are holding their pressure, which is good. So all of the repairs on this thing costed me a grand total of about $450, or the price of a can of WD-40 from the Dollar General. The pulley wheels that I got, actually, those were given to me. I went to a bike repair shop in downtown Fernandina, and I told them I needed some pulley wheels, and they just went over to their spare parts section where they had, cannibalized pieces off of bikes they were repairing, and they just gave them to me. And they didn't charge me. I said, how much do I owe you? They said, just take them. And so there's some really good, really generous people out there. Now, I did buy a new bike pump and bike chain, which I don't think these count as repair costs because this is just something you need if you're going to own a bike. So yeah, $4.50. Now this little GoPro knockoff that I was gifted by Danielle a few days ago, I did manage to get it charged up and working. And as it turns out, not just any memory card will work in these things. You've got to get the ones from the GoPro section of the store. And then you have to format them on a computer before they'll work. But it took a few tries. I got this thing working last night, and here was the first video I took with it. Yeah, Nestor was a little curious as to what I was doing with this tiny little glowing box. And so now it's time to do my first bike riding video. I've got the Steadicam option turned on, so hopefully it's not going to be too shaky for you guys. But I'm going to ride my bike out to the main road and back and see what kind of footage we get. Since I'm in Fernandina, I might as well go ahead and test the waterproofness of this camera as well. That is, if this wind doesn't carry me away first. Well, I'd call that a successful test. Definitely wasn't successfully fun, but it was a successful test. It's just not a beach day out there right now, guys. Nestor's over here messing with the neighbor's cat. Yeah, it's glass, Nestor. You can't get through it. This is actually a really friendly cat, though. She's been keeping me company while I was working on the bike for the past day and a half. And I call her Orange Juice. But the Nestor's like, I want to get to her. I want to go play with the other cat. Well, it is about 5:30 now, and I'm all hitched up. And me and Nestor are heading down to Orlando. We're going to be staying at the Turkey Lake Campground, the same place I stayed at when I went to Isca down there a couple of years ago. And so tomorrow is the rope drop at Disney's Animal Kingdom with Lo and Liz. Looks like I'm coming up on the 9-minute mark now, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this one now instead of waiting till late tonight when I'm checking into the campground. So if you like this one, please don't hesitate to indicate so by go ahead and hitting that thumbs up like button. Don't forget to leave something down in the comments that I can reply to, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and make sure to ring the bell icon so that you'll start receiving notifications of all my future updates, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.